Hey adrenaline junkies, welcome to Kaza 911 Police Chase. On December 10th, 2025, at approximately 6:50 a.m., along State Highway 178 near Bull Shoals, Arkansas, USA, troopers were alerted to a white Ford F-250 with no tags fleeing at high speed. Updates warned that the truck was driving into oncoming lanes, forcing other vehicles off the road as it entered residential areas during early morning hours.
25, one state, around you. State's got lead. TBI. 25, stay with them.
As the truck came straight toward a patrol car with lights and sirens activated, the trooper made a split-second decision to intervene before anyone else was placed in danger.
Stay down.
The vehicle was eventually brought to a stop near Bull Shoals Dam. The driver was taken into custody, and the incident stood as a clear reminder that reckless choices ripple far beyond the driver alone. Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons.
What we do.
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
I watch pit maneuver videos, and you Arkansas State Troopers are amazing.
We don't mess around.
Good.
Well, thank you.
Good job. I'm glad you're okay.
On December 23rd, 2025, near the 271-mile marker on Interstate 40, Arkansas, USA, a trooper observed a gray Ford Focus traveling at an extreme speed during an evening patrol.
45058. TBI.
When emergency lights were activated, the driver refused to stop, continued accelerating, and weaved through city streets and service roads in an effort to evade contact.
Wrong way on the interstate.
The pursuit escalated as the vehicle traveled the wrong way, forcing officers to act repeatedly to bring the dangerous situation under control.
Get out of the car! Do it now! Hands! Get out of the car! Step out of the car now! Get out of the car!
The driver, Bryson Hanson, was eventually taken into custody, facing multiple charges, a sobering reminder that fleeing only narrows the road ahead.
I almost killed you. I almost shot you.
On Wednesday, December 24th, 2025, at approximately 4:11 a.m., near John Barrow Road and I-630 in Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, an officer observed a red Honda Pilot drifting between lanes during a quiet early morning patrol.
This person's driving pattern is all over the place. They're all over the road. Turning on signals when there's nowhere to signal. Stop before they get on the interstate. Get out of the road. Get out of the road.
When officers attempted a traffic stop, the vehicle hesitated, stopped in unsafe locations, then continued moving slowly onto the interstate despite repeated instructions.
Go to the shoulder.
As it became clear the driver would not comply, officers intervened to prevent further risk, bringing the vehicle to a stop near concrete barriers.
CFS comments added.
TBI.
At 414.
The driver, Maria Mejia, showed clear signs of impairment and was taken for medical evaluation, a sobering reminder that impaired choices behind the wheel put everyone on the road at risk.
Quit your reaching! Quit reaching! Come here! Come here! Climb this way! Climb this way! Climb this way!
¿Qué pasó? Lo siento, conmigo ayuda.
On December 27, 2025, at approximately 5:34 p.m., near mile marker 14, on Interstate 540, in Arkansas, USA, a trooper observed a white Hyundai passenger vehicle exiting toward Old Highway 271.
Good, everyone.
Again, all from I'm King Victor 80 Frank, AKV 80 Frank. It's a white Hyundai passenger car.
As emergency lights were activated for a traffic stop, the driver abruptly changed direction, sped through a parking lot, and continued driving as if trying to avoid contact.
Roll 12 traffic.
1037.
10-4, big traffic. TBI. 10-4, 20.
Get out of the car now!
During the brief pursuit, an item was thrown from the vehicle before officers used a tactical maneuver to safely bring it to a stop near a nearby business.
Face now! Get on your face now!
I was just trying. I thought you were getting me up. I'm sorry. I wasn't.
You know what you were doing.
I wasn't. I swear to God.
Do you have anything on you? It's gonna stick me, poke me, stab me.
No.
Get up. Get up. All right.
The driver, Sabrina Lopez, was taken into custody without incident, with illegal substances and outstanding warrants later confirmed. A reminder that small decisions often reveal much bigger stories. Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
Nope. I guess, yeah.
On December 15th, 2025, at approximately 7:26 p.m., on Fort Street near Mayo Drive in Fort Smith, Arkansas, USA, a trooper observed a black Nissan Altima moving noticeably faster than surrounding traffic.
So I'm about to pull this car over.
Negative, just for now.
Vehicle.
When emergency lights and sirens were activated, the driver refused to stop and accelerated through residential streets, running signs, and weaving through neighborhoods.
We're at Stamina in Barling, just off the rock. Get out of the car! Get out of the fucking... Armada, 959 entry.
The pursuit intensified as speeds climbed, multiple tactical maneuvers were attempted, and the driver even turned off the vehicle's lights in an effort to avoid detection.
TBI, TBI, TBI. Park, residential neighborhood, speed's 25, coming up to 45 now.
The vehicle was finally stopped at the end of a dead-end street, and the driver, Alexander Raya, was taken into custody, later showing clear signs of impairment. A stark reminder that ignoring one's signal can lead to consequences far beyond a simple traffic stop.
Get the fuck out now! Crawl out now! Get the fuck out of the car now! Motherfucker, get out!
The door won't open. The door is locked.
You drunk motherfucker.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
On July 4th, 2023, at approximately 1:30 p.m. on North Delray Road in Upson County, Georgia, USA, a state trooper observed two motorcycles stopped in the travel lane on a busy holiday afternoon. When one rider noticed the patrol car, he suddenly accelerated, ignoring emergency lights, reaching extreme speeds, running signs, and passing vehicles in unsafe areas.
Red, white helmet.
We going east on Delray, Thomaston. East on Delray. Florida State Route 36.
The pursuit stretched across multiple roads, through intersections, dirt paths, and even powerline terrain, until the rider abandoned the motorcycle and fled into thick woods.
It's getting on the railroad track, Tom.
2-4 clear.
A K-9 unit located the rider minutes later, leading to an arrest without further resistance. A clear reminder that running only adds weight to a mistake already made. On December 27th, 2025, near the 281-mile marker on Interstate 40, USA, a state trooper observed a white Chevrolet Camaro traveling eastbound during an otherwise routine patrol.
284 eastbound NVIDIA Chevy Camaro, Arkansas Boyd, Georgia X-ray, 76 item. Boyd, Georgia X-ray, 76 item.
A license check revealed the registered owner had driving restrictions, and when officers attempted to stop, the driver failed to yield and soon accelerated beyond 100 miles per hour.
Crossing the Memphis right now.
As traffic tightened, officers attempted a tactical maneuver, but the driver suddenly surged forward, crossing state lines and forcing the pursuit into another jurisdiction.
We're taking Riverside Drive exit. You can notify Memphis too. We're taking North Front Street.
The pursuit was eventually called off in the interest of public safety, leaving behind a sobering reminder that sometimes restraint protects more lives than capture.
We're still on
Stay with us
Riverside
for
Drive.
more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
We're passing Court Avenue.
What you got on at 1022 if you're across state lines in Tennessee?
10-4.
On July 7th, 2025, in Arkansas, USA, a broadcast alert went out for a red 2023 Toyota Tacoma with South Carolina plates. The driver was a Navy service member who had gone absent without leave, armed, intoxicated, and in deep despair. Authorities feared he might attempt what he had hinted at, forcing police to end his life.
Section 15, try to call Walker 7 for please. We're trying to make a trip to stop this vehicle.
Troopers spotted the truck on Interstate 40. They staged units nearby, waiting for the right moment. The vehicle drifted between slowing down and speeding up, as if the driver himself was torn between surrender and defiance.
Down just past the 135.
Be advised, he is armed and had made comments to suicide by cop. Everybody keep cover.
60, give us a minute.
At mile marker 138, officers executed a tactical maneuver, spinning the truck safely off the roadway. With blue lights flashing and weapons drawn, they commanded the driver to step out. In a tense silence, he finally raised his hands and complied. The moment was heavy, a life teetering on the edge had been pulled back.
Felony takedown, felony takedown.
Inside the truck lay a loaded Glock 19 and a half-empty bottle of whiskey. The man admitted he had bought the weapon days earlier to end his life. Instead, that night, officers intervened, sending him for mental health treatment. It was a sobering reminder. Sometimes the most heroic act is not ending danger, but saving someone from themselves.
It's going to be, North Trade.
Oh!
On November 29, 2018, at around 7:47 p.m., in Pasco County, Florida, USA, a sudden theft on US 19 set off a chain of events that would put deputies directly in harm's way. What began as a quick snatch turned into a night of high-speed danger.
Use excess of 100. Still northbound, all over the road. This is going to be, Gulf Trade 19.
Oh!
As the suspect fled in his vehicle, deputies witnessed him strike another car, triggering a pursuit. The chase surged past 100 miles per hour, forcing officers to disengage for public safety. For a moment, it seemed the suspect might escape into the night. But fate intervened. Moments later, the driver lost control and slammed into Deputy Henrici's patrol car at roughly 70 miles per hour. The body camera captured the brutal impact, metal folding under sheer force. In that instant, everyone's life hung in the balance. Miraculously, both the deputy and the suspect survived with only minor injuries. The man was taken into custody after attempting to flee on foot. That night left behind a sobering truth. For every reckless act on the road, there are officers who bear the risk to shield others from harm.
He smashed her. I'm gonna fucking motherfucker. Yeah. Get this gate open! Send the storage unit, got one detained.
On February 25th, 2025, at about 8:20 a.m. in Pulaski County, Arkansas, USA, what began as a high-speed chase by the Saline County Sheriff's Office spilled over county lines. A vehicle fleeing at nearly 80 miles per hour carried not just speed, but danger for everyone in its path. Troopers caught up on Interstate 30. Smoke billowed from the suspect's car as its speed faltered between 25 and 30 miles per hour. Items were tossed from the window, desperate attempts to evade responsibility. The chase moved from highway to exit ramp, with danger shadowing every turn.
Table 123, they're trying to get us action at PASP.
Eastbound, quarter mile from Scott Hamilton, number 2 lane. Speeds are like 25 right now on the
We're approaching.
At the Scott Hamilton exit, an officer executed a tactical vehicle intervention. The suspect's car spun 180 degrees, veering off into the grassy median. In seconds, the chaos of the chase turned into a standstill, the air thick with tension as officers surrounded the immobilized vehicle.
28, 30, occupied 2 times, looks like a built male driver, built female, front seat passenger.
Table speeds 20 and 30, outside 2 times. 47, we'll work on 10 and 10, Joe. 47, 10 there. 10, 19, Joe.
The driver, Robert Wiley, and passenger, Hannah Hudson, were taken into custody without further struggle. A tow truck cleared the vehicle, leaving only tire marks in the grass. For the officers, it was another reminder that quick decisions on the road can prevent disaster, and that not every chase ends in tragedy, but every chase carries risk. On December 22nd, 2024, at 2:05 a.m. in Arkansas, USA, state troopers were alerted to a reckless driver on Interstate 530. A caller reported a black Chevrolet Malibu moving erratically and struggling to stay in its lane.
Adam 14, go ahead.
Northbound Arkansas 834, Zebra Mary Sam 834 CMS. It's Black Sheep Malibu.
Officers located the vehicle near the 2-mile marker. When they tried to pull it over, the driver, later identified as Nicholas Stewart, ignored lights and sirens, continuing at about 45 to 50 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. As troopers followed, Stewart suddenly accelerated to nearly 80 miles per hour, pushing the chase into risky territory.
This is where I'm working.
To prevent a prolonged danger, an officer executed a tactical vehicle intervention. The Malibu spun clockwise before coming to rest on the shoulder of the road. In that tense silence afterward, the flashing patrol lights felt like a lifeline cutting through the night.
Getting on Roosevelt Road.
TVI, just past Roosevelt.
TVI, just past Roosevelt.
Hey, stop right there! Stop!
Stewart and 2 passengers were detained. The passengers were released without charges, but Stewart showed clear signs of impairment. A breath test later measured his alcohol level at 0.14, nearly double the legal limit. He was booked on multiple charges. This case reminds us how dangerous impaired driving is not only for the driver, but for everyone sharing the road.
Get out of the car with your hands up. Is the car parked? Passenger, put your hands up. Come here. Turn around. Turn around. Get out of the car. Keep your hands up, man, all right? Face away from me, walk backwards and sound my voice. Get down on your knees right there, buddy. Yeah, wait, up your knees. Just weak finger right now, okay? You're on your wrist.
On November 6, 2024, at 10:58 p.m. near the Louisiana state line, a trooper noticed a white Chevrolet Malibu speeding at 60 miles per hour in a 40 miles per hour zone on Columbia Road. The vehicle refused to stop, and the chase crossed into Louisiana. The Malibu ran stop signs, swerved across lanes, and reached speeds over 80 miles per hour. At one point, the trooper attempted a tactical vehicle intervention, but the suspect braked suddenly, escaping the maneuver. Each moment carried the weight of uncertainty, the flashing lights painting the dark back roads. The chase ended when the Malibu veered into a backyard and stopped. The driver, a man in dark clothing, attempted to climb a fence, but the trooper drew his weapon and issued commands. With no way out, the suspect complied, climbed back, and lay on the ground. The tension gave way to quiet control. The man was identified as James L. Barrow. He admitted he was the only one inside the vehicle. With the keys still in his hand, he was taken into custody without further struggle. This case shows how quickly reckless flight can collapse into surrender, and how law always catches up in the end.
Come here.
Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
Who else ran? Who else ran? Who else ran? Who else ran?
On October 27, 2024, at 3:13 a.m. in Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, police responded to reports of a large crowd and multiple vehicles causing disorder near Force Dam Pike and Interstate 440. Among the chaos, a 2008 Acura RDX was spotted attempting to flee. The vehicle ignored signals to stop and accelerated onto Interstate 440 West, reaching speeds of 85 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. Patrol cars took up pursuit, lights flashing across the dark highway. Every second raised the stakes, with the risk of a serious crash hanging over the chase. With precision, an officer executed a tactical vehicle intervention. The Acura spun clockwise, disabled, and came to rest in the middle lane. In the silence that followed, the roar of engines gave way to the sound of officers shouting commands. Relief spread as the pursuit reached its end.
Stay! Get on the ground! Stay right there, don't move! Stop! Get in the car! Don't move!
5 occupants inside the vehicle were taken into custody without further resistance. The case was turned over to local authorities for investigation. It stands as another reminder that reckless defiance on the road only ends one way, with accountability waiting at the finish line.
Listen.
On September 12, 2020, at around 4:05 a.m. in Adams County, Denver, Colorado, USA, Deputy Marcus Knight noticed a white Ford Explorer without plates parked outside a Circle K convenience store. Suspicion grew as a woman walked out of the store and entered the vehicle.
Nope, south. That way.
Grab the fucking guy! They're behind the bike. Still going that way.
Are they going south, Tana?
Moments later, another deputy attempted a traffic stop. But instead of complying, the driver accelerated, raising tension with every second. Shockingly, he held a handgun out of the window. The situation had turned from suspicious to deeply dangerous.
Just hold on, blue on blue. Just back up. It's way back there. In here.
The pursuit intensified. Officers deployed stop sticks, successfully puncturing the suspect's tires. The vehicle spun out of control and crashed near Meade Street. In the chaos, the man pulled a woman, who appeared terrified, toward a backyard, holding her as a shield. The sight was chilling, a life hanging in the balance.
Hey, listen to me, bro.
I'm fucking blinding myself too, bro.
Listen to me. Shots fired.
Officers issued repeated commands, but the man refused to let go. With danger escalating, 2 deputies made the difficult choice to intervene decisively. The man was struck and collapsed, while the woman ran to safety. Officers rushed in, securing the scene and providing medical attention. The suspect, identified as 33-year-old Christopher Escobedo, did not survive.
Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Everyone's set.
Officer okay. Suspect down, all officers okay.
On September 15, 2020, at about 10:34 p.m. in Denver, Colorado, USA, officers were called to an apartment complex on South Colorado Boulevard. A caller reported that a young man, seemingly drunk and troubled, was carrying a handgun and acting strangely. Concern spread quickly. This was no ordinary disturbance.
My brother and my brother-in-law and my grandpa were downstairs outside, and nothing happened, but there was a guy out there that he was visibly impaired, and he tried to hug everybody, and then a gun fell out of his pants.
Corporal Robert Krell, Officer Dennis Liss, but Corporal Anthony Gutierrez McCain quickly arrived. They spotted the man, later identified as 22-year-old Mac McPherson, staggering near the street. At first, he raised his hands, almost as if surrendering. But then, everything changed.
Somebody said you had a gun. Now get on the ground. Get on the ground.
What did I do?
Get on the ground now.
No, what did I do?
Don't walk over here.
No, what did I do?
Get on the ground now.
McPherson suddenly reached into his pocket and pulled out a black handgun. In that split second, the tension broke. Officers, fearing for their safety and the safety of others, fired. The street was filled with echoes of those shots, a stark reminder of how quickly danger can unfold.
He's got something in his pocket. I see it's a gun. Get on the ground right now. 55 Sam, shots fired, officer involved.
Officers rushed to provide aid, placing a tourniquet and performing life-saving measures until paramedics arrived. McPherson was taken to Denver Health Medical Center, but was pronounced deceased at 11:22 p.m. Another young life lost, another night that left officers reflecting on the heavy burden of their duty.
Don't move. He's got a knife right here. Stand by. Stand by. Don't move.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
On October 5th, 2021, at about 7:45 p.m. in Simi Valley, California, USA, officers responded to a call at a 7-Eleven store on Los Angeles Avenue. A dispute between 2 women had escalated, and one of them was reported to be armed with a knife. The quiet evening quickly turned tense.
Sarah, stop! Sarah! Hey, just get in my car!
Officers tracked the suspect, later identified as 31-year-old Sarah Rett, a short distance away on Yosemite Avenue. The streetlights flickered, and the air carried a sense of unease as they approached her.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Shots fired, victim down.
Suddenly, Rep lunged forward, attempting to strike one of the officers with the knife. In that instant, the encounter reached its breaking point. Shots rang out, a decision made in the heat of danger to protect lives.
Get gloves on.
Officers immediately rendered first aid and called for the fire department. Rep was rushed to a trauma center for treatment. The night ended with sirens fading in the distance, a stark reminder of how quickly conflict can spiral into crisis and how fragile safety can be.
Sarah, you gotta relax, okay? You gotta find out where it's gonna be right up here on top.
On December 9th, 2018, at around 9:57 p.m. in the United States, deputies encountered a shocking scene. A vehicle had overturned after a high-speed attempt to flee. Behind the wheel was not an adult, but a 14-year-old who had taken the car without permission.
It's a black male driver.
Star 11, I'm gonna try and stop him. He's gonna try and run.
You guys are trying to stop it. I'm sorry, I have background.
The pursuit had ended abruptly in twisted metal and shattered glass. For a moment, time seemed to stand still as officers rushed toward the wreck. The question hung heavy: would everyone survive this reckless decision?
Over, he won't be going southbound. Cruiser 65, looks like he's crashing here in front of the Waffle House.
Star 11, signal 4, fire rescue.
I copy vehicle signal 4.
You better stop, you little...
With lights flashing in the night, deputies pulled the young driver from the wreckage. The gravity of the situation was clear. A teenager's life had brushed against disaster, and officers had to act swiftly to secure the scene.
Star 11, you got one. Stand by. Get out now!
Nice. You know, if they are 10-12, I'll slow down.
The boy was taken into custody, not just to face the consequences of his actions, but also to ensure he would be kept safe. The wrecked car served as a silent warning. Youthful recklessness on the road can change lives in an instant.
So they're down. Frank 213, he's just rammed a SUV.
On November 22nd, 2018, at 11:26 a.m., Thanksgiving morning in Tulsa, Oklahoma, USA, what began as a series of robbery reports quickly spiraled into chaos. A suspect behind the wheel of a pickup truck set off a chain of dangerous encounters across the city.
Stand by, he's making a circle through this cul-de-sac. Frank 213, he's just rammed a SUV.
Officers tracked the truck after incidents at Walmart and Walgreens. Sirens echoed as the pursuit wove through busy streets, ending in a narrow cul-de-sac. For the officers, every turn brought uncertainty. For residents, the quiet holiday morning was shattered.
Red and maroon underneath.
In a terrifying moment, the suspect drove head-on into an officer's SUV. Metal crunched, airbags burst, and what had started as a chase turned into a life-threatening collision. Then, in desperation, the man abandoned the truck and fled on foot.
You done?
He was quickly apprehended and identified as Joshua Shamlin. Prosecutors later filed multiple charges. For the community, it was a sobering reminder that reckless choices ripple outward, endangering not only oneself, but also those sworn to protect.
Frank 28, officer taken into custody. Somebody get the address there. 3330, South 117 Ave.
On November 2nd, 2018, at about 2:44 p.m. in northern Kentucky, USA, a correctional facility became the stage for a troubling incident. A routine day inside the jail turned into a moment that would later spark debate and reflection.
What the hell did I do?
Body-worn camera footage captured the moment corrections officer David Nussbaum confronted inmate Stephen Jordan, who had been rummaging through his personal belongings against orders. The tension in the air was clear.
Call Stevens. Damn, dude.
Okay, man, straight your leg out.
In a sudden act, the officer forcefully took Jordan down, sending him hard onto the floor. The impact left a severe gash on Jordan's head, blood marking the sterile floor of the facility. It was a shocking scene that left both inmates and staff in disbelief.
I need compressing your shoulder. Hey, calm down.
Medical attention was provided immediately, but the incident raised serious questions about force and restraint within correctional institutions. The footage would later serve as evidence, not just of what happened that day, but of the heavy responsibility carried by those in positions of authority. On December 31st, 2022, at 9:54 a.m. in Troup County, Georgia, USA, a state trooper observed a gray Honda Accord speeding on GA14. Radar confirmed the vehicle was traveling far above the posted limit. With lights and sirens activated, the trooper attempted a routine traffic stop, but the driver chose to flee. The pursuit escalated quickly. Speeds jumped from 92 miles per hour to an alarming 125 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone. The Honda weaved recklessly, forcing other vehicles off the road to avoid collisions. Each turn of the chase carried a silent fear. What if an innocent driver was caught in the path? As the chase turned onto Savell Road, the trooper attempted a pit maneuver. Instead, the Honda rammed into the patrol car once at the front, then again at the rear, forcing both vehicles off the roadway. The driver tried to escape on foot, but the trooper pursued closely, deploying the taser to finally bring him down. The struggle between flight and law ended in a breathless silence.
Taser! Hands down, get off your phone! You're gonna get it again. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back!
The driver was taken into custody without further incident. Both vehicles sustained damage, and an investigation was launched into the crush. This case underscores a sobering truth. Reckless speed may feel like escape for a moment, but it always ends with consequences that cannot be outrun. Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. On July 5th, 2023, at 1:36 p.m. in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, officers spotted a black Dodge Avenger that had previously fled from police. When they attempted to stop, the driver refused to yield and accelerated recklessly through city streets. The vehicle swerved across lanes, ran stop signs, and even drove on the wrong side of the road. Each move put innocent lives in danger, forcing bystanders to scramble out of the way. The city streets, normally filled with routine traffic, suddenly became a stage of chaos. As the chase reached Lee Street, officers executed a precise pit maneuver. The Dodge spun counterclockwise before grinding to a stop. With weapons drawn, officers shouted commands, pulling the driver out safely. The moment carried both tension and relief. The danger was finally contained. The driver, identified as 29-year-old Raphael Washington, was taken into custody without further struggle. The car was found with suspended registration and no valid insurance. This case highlights a lesson we often forget. Reckless defiance on the road may seem daring, but it leaves behind nothing but risk and regret.
I got my phone, please get my phone, please, sir, that's all I got.
On April 20th, 2022, at 2:36 p.m. in Columbus, Georgia, USA, troopers noticed a blue and gray Dodge Charger matching the description of a car that had fled from officers weeks earlier. The vehicle's unusual movements and tinted windows raised suspicion, and when police moved in, the driver suddenly accelerated away.
Get it right here. Get him. Get it. 5-10 minutes, that's the show today. We're on the way on Weekly Drive. Stop some slow, big guy. Come on, go. Show us today.
The pursuit began with screeching tires as the Charger sped out of a parking lot, ignoring stop signs and colliding with another vehicle. Despite damaged tires, the driver pressed on, weaving recklessly through traffic, running red lights, and forcing others off the road. Each block, he crossed left behind fear and confusion.
Red light, intersection.
Clear. Wrong way of travel.
Eventually, the driver abandoned the car and ran on foot. As he fled, he tossed bullets and a backpack aside, a sign of desperation. Officers chased him down, deploying a taser that brought the pursuit to an abrupt end. The moment was heavy with adrenaline, but also with relief that no bystanders were harmed. The suspect was identified as 26-year-old Marcus Walden. A search revealed marijuana in the discarded bag and a stolen firearm under the driver's seat. Walden, a convicted felon, was taken into custody and refused a blood test after medical clearance. This incident reminds us that reckless escape only deepens legal consequences, never erases them.
Hey, stop moving.
Where am I going, bitch? I'm in handcuffs. Hey, fuck you talking about? Calm down. Wait. Calm down. Calm down.
You gonna stay right there, man. I gotta pat you down and you keep moving. All right.
Just chill out, man. Chill out.
Spread your legs.
I'm calm.
On April 6, 2024, at 1:56 a.m. in Austin, Texas, USA, police officers responded to an emergency call at an apartment complex on Tamaron Boulevard. Neighbors had reported unusual noise and a possible conflict inside. Within minutes, 3 officers quietly moved in to assess the situation.
I see 2 males from the window just yelling.
Through the sliding glass door, Officer Gabriel Walker Prado saw 2 men in a heated struggle. He signaled his partners, while another officer knocked on the front door, calling out clearly, "Austin Police." At that moment, tension filled the air. Every second felt heavier than usual.
Austin Police Department, open the door. Hey, he's gotta go. Go.
Suddenly, one of the men, later identified as 31-year-old Avelino Metal 2, appeared holding a firearm. As he walked toward the door, Officer Prado shouted a warning and, in a split-second decision, discharged his weapon. The sound shattered the silence, and the threat was immediately contained.
Austin Police Department, open the door. Hey, you gotta go. Go. Any other shots fired?
Metal collapsed, but officers swiftly secured the scene and provided urgent aid. He was taken to the hospital with injuries that were not life-threatening, then placed into custody. The second man involved walked away without harm. In moments like this, we're reminded how a single decision can save many lives.
Hey, stick your hands out the front door now! Do it! David, do I have any
On March 17, 2024, at 7:52 a.m. in Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA, deputies received a 911 call from a gas station. The cashier reported a man acting suspiciously and even shared his name. Within moments, a deputy spotted the suspect nearby and attempted to stop him. Instead of stopping, the man ran through backyards, climbing fences, even using a trampoline to escape. In the chaos, he discarded a handgun over a wall. The chase grew tense, neighbors watched in disbelief, and every move carried danger.
In the backyard, update to hospital.
Stop!
She's on a trailing list. Shots fired, shots fired.
Stop moving! Stop! Stop!
At one point, while the suspect tried to jump again, deputies fired several shots. He was struck and fell to the ground. Yet, with surprising determination, he got up and ran once more, until another volley of fire finally brought the pursuit to an end. The air was thick with adrenaline. Even the deputies' voices trembled as they called for aid.
Call her 20, call her 20.
Sam, to one in custody. We double check all the different report this time.
Oh, man. Don't fucking move, move.
I got it.
The man, identified as 33-year-old Jeremy Smith, was given medical aid on the spot and then taken to the hospital. He survived and was later placed into custody. Investigators revealed he was linked to serious cases, including the death of a paramedic and a state officer. This chase reminds us, trying to outrun justice only leads to deeper consequences.
I ain't got nothing.
You got something else?
You got his ID, Jeremy Alexander Smith.
On April 5th, 2022, at 3:30 a.m. in Houston, Texas, USA, police officers responded to an emergency call at an apartment complex on Buffalo Park Drive. Reports indicated a man had crashed a pickup truck into the lobby and was attacking people inside.
Drop the knife! Put it down, dude! Fall back. Line up. Drop the knife!
Drop the knife! Put it down! Back up, guys. Back it up.
When officers arrived, they found a gray pickup truck lodged in the entrance and a man injured on the ground. Nearby, a suspect dressed in black walked away holding a large kitchen knife. The officers shouted repeated commands for him to stop and drop the weapon, but he kept moving closer. The tension was unbearable. Each step he took felt like a countdown.
The knife! Drop it! Put the fucking knife down! Drop the knife! Put it down!
Suddenly, the suspect lunged forward. In that split second, two officers fired multiple shots, striking him. He dropped the knife, but astonishingly, tried to flee. Officers deployed a taser and finally subdued him. Sirens echoed as paramedics rushed in. The scene was a storm of chaos and urgency.
This way! Get down! Get down! Get down! Taser!
The suspect, later identified as 27-year-old Ronnie Dwayne Caesar Jr., was taken to the hospital but did not survive. Investigators confirmed he had earlier run over a construction worker and stabbed the apartment manager. One victim, Carl Hayes, tragically lost his life. Another survived with injuries. In moments like these, we are reminded of both the fragility of life and the courage of officers who step into danger to protect others.
One suspect detained.
On September 13, 2025, just before 2:30 a.m. in Tampa, Florida, USA, police received urgent reports of a car driving the wrong way on Interstate 4. The silver Toyota Camry was speeding westbound in the eastbound lanes, a dangerous sight that could have led to disaster. Officers quickly located the vehicle and attempted to stop it, but the driver, later identified as 24-year-old Christian Beal, refused to pull over. At nearly 60 miles per hour, the car narrowly avoided hitting a marked patrol unit. Every second felt like a gamble with fate.
Face the car, face the car.
Daddy never hit me in my life.
What happened?
The circle of the car. Like whenever I tried to like.
The circle of the car?
No, like whenever I tried to.
Number 2 one time, you can pay there. Do you realize that you're going the wrong way on the interstate?
Realizing the growing danger, Tampa Police and Florida Highway Patrol worked together. First, an FHP trooper attempted a tactical maneuver, but failed to stop the Camry. Then, with precision and teamwork, Tampa Police performed a pit maneuver, spinning the vehicle safely to a halt. Patrol cars quickly boxed it in. Relief swept over the scene. Tragedy had been averted.
How many drinks have you had tonight?
I have like two bars that I've been to tonight that I've had a full drink at.
Okay.
Like I had one full drink at my house, and I had 2 drinks at the bar.
Beal failed a sobriety test at the scene. Her breath test results were .199 and .202, more than double the legal limit. She was arrested and charged with driving under the influence, as well as reckless fleeing at high speed. This case is a stark reminder. One reckless choice behind the wheel can endanger countless lives.
Done?
Stay with us for more
Here,
real-life
come right
moments
back over
and
here.
meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
682 1015 one time. Okay, so you are being placed under arrest for D.
On November 20th, 2020, in Faulkner County, Arkansas, USA, police were alerted to a black Chevrolet Traverse speeding dangerously on Interstate 40 East. Witnesses reported the driver, later identified as Christina Teague, waving a handgun out the window. A trooper soon spotted the vehicle and attempted to pull it over. At first, Teague slowed, but then suddenly accelerated past 100 miles per hour. The flashing lights and sirens were clear, yet she chose defiance over compliance. Twice, the trooper attempted a tactical vehicle intervention, but each time Teague braked abruptly, throwing the chase into uncertainty. Finally, she stopped in the middle of the interstate, stepped out of her car, and stood still, refusing to follow commands.
Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards!
With great caution, officers moved in and safely placed her under arrest. A black Bersa .380 handgun was recovered from the driver's floorboard, matching what witnesses had seen. Teague now faces multiple charges. The night left a chilling reminder. Speed and recklessness may feel powerful for a moment, but the law always catches up. On July 20th, 2024, at 11:36 p.m., in West Memphis, Arkansas, USA, state troopers pursued a black Ford Mustang reported for reckless driving and nearly causing collisions. The car raced through Broadway Boulevard and MLK Drive at speeds over 100 miles per hour, ignoring the safety of everyone around. The chase stretched onto the I-55 service road. With each turn, the driver seemed determined to outrun the law, even as danger loomed over every pedestrian and vehicle nearby. As the Mustang neared a crowded intersection, troopers executed a precise tactical maneuver, forcing the vehicle to a stop. Both occupants bolted into a dark field, but the silence of night could not shield them from the searchlights of justice.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Both suspects, 23-year-old Kylon Cunningham and 23-year-old Trayvon Burnett, were quickly located and arrested. Inside the car, troopers found a stolen handgun, multiple car key fobs, and illegal substances. The message was clear: fleeing may seem bold, but consequences are always waiting at the finish line.
Or if we can get a dog down the parking lot, start walking there to get easier.
Top here. This got a different tag on the way it was.
Through these stories, we are reminded that every choice carries weight, and even a single moment of impulsive action can reshape a person's path. Yet behind each incident lies a deeper message about responsibility, awareness, and the importance of staying grounded when life becomes overwhelming. Our goal is to bring viewers real situations that inspire reflection and offer valuable lessons for everyday life. If you found meaning in these moments, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.